Hello folks, my name is Gage Eastman. I'm a sales rep here at White River Toyota, and I just want to introduce the 2015 Toyota Tacoma. This is obviously a mid-small size truck, handy capable of towing around 3,500 pounds very comfortably. Couple things that Toyota's done to incorporate not only a functional truck, but also a very safe truck. First, we'll start right here from the front. Now, God forbid, folks, that you ever got into a front-end collision. First thing to go on any vehicle would be the front bumper. Second thing that could go would be the hood. Now, the hoods in all Toyotas are built a little longer than the windshields. Now, the reason being is, well, if it's gonna fly up, it's not gonna crash into the windshield, it's gonna hit the roof and go up and over the car, keeping you and your passengers very safe. With the motor and transmission, in that front end collision, we work on what's called a floated mount system. It's not a fixed mount. That means a floated mount system has somewhat of elasticity in it. Elasticity allows it to kind of go with the flow of the road, absorb a little bit of that road vibration, ultimately giving you a quieter ride. Now, one of the also unique features that the floated mount system allows this truck to do is in that front end collision, there's about 2,000 pounds of hot steel here. Now, if it was to crush back as opposed to going through the firewall, that floated mount system actually lets it release and submarine under the car. And that's called a breakaway system. So if it's crushing back, it goes boom, drops underneath and out of the vehicle. On the interior of the car, you'll notice that all the hardware of the car has kind of an off color to it. Now that's called cadmium. Cadmium is a coating, which is a rust-resistant material. So right now, they've made these Tacomas very easy to maintain. You can put new parts in, take parts out, vice versa. Now, 10 years down the road, we want you to still have that same ease of maintenance. So with cadmium, that's what it promotes. 10 years down the road, you're not going to be snapping bolts off due to rust. They're still going to come apart very easily, and you can get your maintenance done relatively quick, keeping your low cost of ownership there. This motor in the Toyota Tacoma 4-cylinder is called a dual VVTi motor. Unlike any other motor on the market, variable valves can let in any variation of air and fuel depending on what the truck needs. Now, when you have 3,000 pounds in the back of the truck, you wouldn't want it operating the same way as it does with just you in the truck, right? So with variable valve timing, it can actually let in any variation of air and fuel depending on what the truck needs. So essentially what I'm saying is it actually compensates for payload even with these 4 cylinders. It'll make up the difference to give you more air and fuel. That way you don't have to wait for an RPM to get your power. You don't have to wait for anything. The variable valves know, whoa, I got some payload on the back of this truck. I better kick it up a notch and give my owner the power he needs so that way I can get to where I need to go without any lags. Now, before we even break into the sides of the vehicle, I want to talk a little bit about the headlamps and the tail lamps. This is actually a unique material. It's called Lexan. Lexan is what they use for fighter jet cockpits. You're going down the interstate at 75 miles an hour, you hit a pebble, you're doing any trail riding, a branch hits your headlamp, you don't have to worry about it costing you money in repairs because it's very, very strong. The windshield, along with the side windows, Toyota incorporates what's called UV protecting glass. UV protecting glass is great for a couple reasons. It's going to promote less wear and tear and sun fading to the interior, ultimately upholding your resale value. B, the harmonic windshield system, it's kind of like when you take a ball and throw it against a rubber mat, what's it going to do? It's going to bounce back. Well, with the harmonic windshield system, it does that exact same thing. Engine noise, road noise, wind noise, it helps deflect it, keeping the cabin quiet as it should be. So you as a consumer or you as the prospective buyer can have that nice, quiet, leisurely ride and know that you still have a work truck as well. You'll see right here that you have your composite fender wells in the front and the back. That's great. You ever flick up rocks, things like that, it's really going to help against the debris. But you actually have a textured paint as well. Toyota incorporates this on all of their trucks. The reason being, you have rocks that flick up, boom. This is a lot stronger than your traditional paint up here. It's not going to eat through the clear coat. It's not going to chip the paint, producing rust a lot earlier on in life than it should. Every Toyota truck in the Tacoma class has a composite bed. It's a lot lighter weight, so you're going to get better fuel economy. It's not going to dent. You're not going to have as much body damage. And the traditional composite is much stronger than your steel bed liner, so it's going to produce a lot less wear and tear over time, and it's not going to rust out on you, causing you money down the road. The tailgate, although Toyota uses the strongest tempered steel out of any manufacturer, is very lightweight. It's very maneuverable, helps with the composite material. So that way, you're a little lady or you're a big dude, doesn't matter. everything's very light and accessible with this truck. You also notice that they put caps on the tops of the sides of the beds. This has helped to produce protection, so that way you don't have to worry about scratching up the paint up here. Right where my fingers are, there are side rails. Now these rails are built into the side of the pickup truck just to allow for those tie downs. They're actually swivel. You get 4 tie downs with your Tacoma. All right, they tie right into the side, and they're good for 250 to 300 pounds per tie down. So if you have a bureau, you have anything heavy, this truck is more than capable of handling it. And with the friendly tie downs right here, tie downs right here, any angle you need to approach it, you can. Now right here, you'll also notice for storage, you have dual storage units. These open right up and they're on both sides. Now these are perfect for tow chains, again, those tie downs, anything like that, just to keep it out of the weather and giving you a little bit more privacy. Now we're on the interior of the 2015 Toyota Tacoma. Now, as your standard Tacoma package, it comes very well equipped. Options such as hands-free radio controls right here, hands-free Bluetooth right here. Not only hands-free Bluetooth, but voice recognition. That means you can simply tell the truck what to do, meaning what numbers to dial, who to dial, such as call mom, call dad, or dial 802-299-2822. That's my office. Right over here is a 6.1-inch display audio system. Everything's touchscreen. Now, you notice it has your AM, your FM, and your wireless Bluetooth audio. Wireless Bluetooth audio is going to be anything from Pandora radio or music that you have saved on your smartphone. You have your fan speeds, your temperature controls, your trajectory right here, and of course air conditioning is very much so standard. Right down here, USB and auxiliary jacks, and your traditional 12-volt outlets. Emergency brake on Tacomas are going to be found right here, all right, on all 4 cylinders. Right here is your cruise control. It's always found on the right-hand side of the wheel, right behind the grip. Now, a lot of people have questions about the 4-wheel drive system. You have to be at a complete stop to transition. With Toyota, up to 50 miles an hour on the fly, you can transition into 4 high. So that means on the go while you're driving down the road, you can switch in and out. So that way you don't have to be at a stop. It's not inconvenient for you. There are no more locking hubs, folks. Everything's electronic nowadays. Safety features for the inside. Of course, you have your standard airbag. Now you have SRS airbags built into both the front driver and passenger seats, and unique features because the excess cabs do come with your rear child seats. You have residual side current airbags for the front and the back. So by no means is this truck lacking in safety equipment. With the combined breakaway system, the airbags, the tempered steel that Toyota uses, you're looking at top safety picks right here, folks. So, in the back seats of the excess cab, these seats have baby anchor tie downs, they have car seat latches down here. They're very safe. They're obviously capable for any car seat. Now, let's say that in the back seat you have kids or you have a dog. I have a dog and I know my dog is a front seat driver 100% of the time. Well, unique features with the Tacoma, you can actually fold this right down and kind of create a lunch tray or a flat surface area. And that's great if you have kids back here. Well, guess what? Now you got a table right here so they can eat their food without spilling anything everywhere. Underneath the seats in the back, the seats are actually built in with dual storage units. One of the storage units are going to consist of your jack kit for your spare tire, and the other storage unit is going to be empty. Again, folks, my name is Gage Eastman from White River Toyota, and this is the 2015 Toyota Tacoma. If you have any questions or you want to schedule a test drive, please feel free to call anytime. Hope you have a great day.